Are you ready for an unforgettable journey traveling around the city of Phuket without breaking the bank? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how to experience 4 days in this part of the world, from iconic landmarks and secret gems to delicious meals that won't empty your wallet. And make sure to stay until the end, where I'm going to share all the insider tips on where to stay and how to get around. All right, let's go. All right, start your Thailand adventure off like a true local with breakfast from any of the market stalls located near your hotel. Once you found one, tuck into a dish that locals absolutely love: jok. Now, this is a warm bowl of porridge made from rice, which is always accompanied with a freshly brewed Thai coffee. It'll cost about 50 baht, or $1.50. Now, for your morning, make your way toward one of Phuket's most revered Buddhist temples, Wat Chalong. Now, if you've decided to rent a scooter for your 4-day trip, then this is the easiest way to travel to the temple. If scooters, though, aren't for you, then another cheap alternative choice of transport is the local bus. The temple has long been a center of spiritual activity in Phuket. And over the years, it's evolved into a complex that not only serves as a religious sanctuary, but also reflects on the island's rich history. The temple complex is known for its intricate blend of traditional Thai and Chinese architectural styles. Admission into the grounds is free of charge, which makes it the perfect start to a budget-friendly trip to the country of Thailand. Remember, though, to dress moderately, covering your shoulders and knees, as this is essential if you wish to enter inside. After your temple visit, head to a nearby local restaurant or food stall, which is dotted all around. These stalls serve local fresh Thai dishes for a very reasonable price. Order a plate of som tam, which is a green papaya salad. This can be paired with either sticky rice or a fragrant green curry. For a meal from a street-side stall, you can expect to pay about 100 baht, or about $3. A little dining tip while in Phuket would be to eat where locals do, as this not only saves you money, but also gives you a look into everyday life as a local. Now, for your first afternoon in Phuket, head along the Chalong Bay Rum Distillery Factory. Here you can enjoy an informal tour that explains the craft of rum making, complete with tastings of small batch rums. Tours run every 2 hours, starting from 1 p.m., with the last one getting underway at 7 p.m. Tickets for this need to be booked in advance, and a link can be found in the description below. Prices for the tour will cost you about 590 baht, or $17. Or you have the option for a short testing session that will last about 20 minutes and cost about $12. If drinking alcohol isn't for you, or you want to keep your first day in Phuket super budget-friendly, then take a stroll around some of the local markets that this city has to offer. Around this area, you'll find many different market vendors, all selling a variety of different snacks and gifts. For an evening meal on your first night, you certainly won't go hungry, as you're going to be spoiled for choice with the amount of street food vendors that this city has to offer. But if you prefer to have a sit-down meal in a restaurant, then Chalong Bay Cafe and Restaurant is a great spot to eat. Here you can enjoy the locals' favorite dishes, like pad thai, green curry, and fresh seafood. The food here is all reasonably priced, which makes it the perfect location to keep your trip budget-friendly right from the jump. For the rest of the evening, stroll around the vibrant night markets, which often feature music and live performances, which brings a close to a perfect, and I mean perfect, first day in Phuket. And before we go on to day 2, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any other videos from the channel. Let's talk about how to travel around Phuket. The most fun way to get around any part of Thailand is via a scooter, and Phuket is no different. These offer great flexibility and affordability while on your trip. They can be rented out from numerous outlets, including local shops, hotels, and even roadside kiosks. Daily rentals usually range between $6 and $12. Pretty inexpensive, but it depends on the model and time of year. Now, a valid driver's license is required to rent a scooter, and before leaving, be sure to check if the rental company includes insurance. Many rental companies also require a deposit, and it's advised to inspect the scooter thoroughly for any existing damage before you sign a document. A helmet is also required to be worn at all times while on the scooter. Now, taxis and ride-hailing apps such as Grab are other great ways to get around. They provide a hassle-free service, but fares can add up to a costly amount if you rely on them too much. The roads also in Thailand can be a bit hectic, so for some journeys, these are recommended, especially if you're unfamiliar with the local roads. Local buses are also a great budget-friendly option for roaming the city, but these operate on a fixed route and can get crowded, which can make the journey a bit unpleasant. The average bus journey can cost about 20 baht, or 60 cents. Day 2 will start with a trip to Old Town Phuket. Once you've arrived there, head to one of the street vendors for another traditional local breakfast. If you enjoyed the juk yesterday, then grab another bowl. And if you want to try something different, then order maybe some Thai toast with scrambled egg with a Thai tea. Now, in Old Town, there are loads of restaurants and vendors, so there's plenty to choose from. If you've traveled to the Old Town on a scooter, then park this up for the morning and set off to explore all that the Old Town has to offer on foot. This area in Phuket is famous for its vibrant streets that are lined with colorful Sino-Portuguese-style style buildings. Talang Road is famous for its ornate facades, intricate woodwork, and traditional shophouses that hint at the island's rich cultural past. As you wander around the streets, pop into the tiny boutiques or independent art galleries where you'll often find local artists and handmade crafts on offer. There also is an opportunity to purchase unique souvenirs that aren't mass-produced and a perfect gift to take back home. For lunch, head to the Lac Tien Market, where you're going to find rows of vendors that are all serving up freshly prepared Thai dishes. Meals in these markets are extremely budget-friendly, which means you can indulge in a few different small plates from the vendors. These markets are great as you can see the food cooked right in front of you, giving you the opportunity to engage in conversations with the friendly vendors. After lunch, continue on walking around the back streets of the Old Town and be on the lookout for unexpected street art and murals that can add a splash of modern creativity to the historic setting. Most of the walls in this area tell stories of community heritage or social messages, offering a unique juxtaposition of old and new. Many of the locals in the area are very friendly, so ask questions about the rich history of the area, as they may be able to tell stories only the locals know. As the day passes you by and the sun sets, this area of Phuket turns into a lively night scene. During this time of day, you can enjoy the live performances of local musicians as they perform on the streets. This time of the night really brings a different vibe to the area of the city, making it a perfect time to snap up some photos that tell the story of Phuket after dark. Now, for an evening meal, head to the Shilva Market, where you can find bustling stalls with ambient music that sets the perfect tone for an evening of culinary exploration. Here, you're going to find everything from grilled seafood and spicy salad to fresh fruit smoothies and sticky rice desserts. Prices here, again, are reasonable, with some vendors open to negotiations on prices of their dishes. Now, let's talk about traveling to Phuket. If you're traveling from the U.S., then there are no direct flights to Phuket. Most connecting flights first fly to Bangkok and then a domestic flight into Phuket Airport. Other cities like Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, and the Middle Eastern cities like Doha or Dubai also offer connecting flights. Most major European airports offer direct flights into Phuket, so depending on where you're traveling from, be sure to shop around for the most convenient and cheapest flights. Now, once you've arrived at Phuket International Airport, you'll find yourself located in the northern part of the city, near the town of Chalong. Transportation options, again, include buses, taxis, ride-hailing apps, or car rentals. Prices for the airport shuttle bus are $4.50 to $6. This service is a pretty budget-friendly option and is quite reliable if you don't mind a shared ride with others. Taxi fares can be anywhere from $20 to $24, and this can depend on traffic and your exact location of where your hotel is. Also, bear in mind that there might be some extra airport surcharges added onto your fare. Day 3 starts just like the first two, with breakfast from one of the local street vendors, but this time try opting for a different breakfast, like a fresh fruit bowl mixed with yogurt or a nice pastry paired with iced Thai tea. These market stalls are located all over Phuket, so they're easy to find and all charge reasonable prices for a meal. From here, either hop onto your scooter or catch one of the local buses and make your way to one of the more quieter beaches that the city has to offer. Two great beaches to consider would be either Nai Harn or Kata Noi, as these beaches are less crowded than main tourist hubs and provide a more authentic, laid-back vibe. Once you get there, you can take a stroll along the beautiful shorelines or just simply lay down a towel and spend the morning sunbathing. It's best to arrive early, as the midday temperature in Phuket can get real intense. The beaches are full of local, friendly vendors that are selling all sorts, from fresh fruit to ice-cold beverages. For lunch, take your pick from many of the small beachfront restaurants that the area has to offer. These places often serve freshly caught seafood at incredibly reasonable prices. Enjoy dishes like grilled fish seasoned with local herbs, spicy seafood salads, or a hearty bowl of noodle soup. Most restaurants have outdoor seating that gives you an option to sit and admire the scenic view. Now spend the rest of your afternoon exploring some of the golden, hidden gems that can be found off the beaten track. These hidden areas can be tucked away behind small cliffs, which makes it a more secluded and private experience for the afternoon. These beaches will be filled with the local fishermen hard at work to give you great insight into everyday life into Phuket. Grab a snorkel from one of the small stalls in the area, and that's perfect for an afternoon swim. Some of these quieter beaches offer an excellent opportunity for a glimpse of vibrant marine life. Now, as the sun starts to set down for another evening in Phuket, the beaches in this area offer some of the best views ever. It's a great time to get out your camera and take some photos of the vibrant hues reflecting on the water. This also is where you might find some small groups of locals gathering to play music or games, which gives you the perfect chance to strike up a conversation and maybe even join in with some of the old traditional Thai games that many of the locals play. For an evening meal before you head back to your hotel, find one of the local stalls in this area. But also be sure to ask vendors about the daily specials meals that they could be offering, as many of them change their dishes depending on what ingredients they picked up from the local farms that day. Let's talk about when's the best time to visit and where to stay. The best time to visit Phuket would be between November through February, as this is the dry season in Thailand. The days around this time of the year consist of pleasant sunny days with low humidity and minimal amounts of rain. But it's worth bearing in mind that this also is the busiest time of year, so expect larger crowds and accommodation prices to be a bit higher. March and April offer similar weather, as it's still relatively dry, but the temperatures do start to rise, which makes it a bit hotter, and the crowds aren't as busy, which makes it a better time to travel on a budget, as accommodation and activities can be a bit cheaper. Phuket offers a host of different hostels and budget hotels for travelers from all over the world. Staying in Phuket can give you great access to lots of activities in local guest houses or hostels. The average prices are about 650 baht or $20 a night, but some hostels can even be cheaper. Using websites like Booking.com or Hostel World allow you to book in advance and give you the opportunity to check the rooms out before you book. A link to both websites will be left in the description below. Some of the best deals for hotels and hostels aren't advertised online, so going and visiting different locations may allow you to stumble up on a bargain of a price for a night's stay in the heart of the city. Start your fourth and final day of your stay in Phuket with another breakfast at one of the food stalls near your hotel. With this being your last breakfast on the trip, opt for a dish that you've preferred the most, and this will give you the best possible start to your last day of exploring the city. After you're all fueled up for the day, either jump on your scooter or catch one of the local buses and go to the Great Buddha Temple, perched on top of the hill. This iconic landmark offers stunning views of Phuket from above. The temple, which is often referred to as the Big Buddha of Phuket, stands as a symbol of peace and spirituality. As you make your journey up to the top, the roads that lead you there are full of small shrines and local communities that give you a great insight into everyday Thai life. The site isn't just a tourist attraction, but a place of worship as well, so please remember to be respectful, as many locals and visitors come here to pay their respects, meditate, and reflect on Buddhist teachings. In addition to the giant statue, the complex includes smaller shrines and areas that are dedicated to Buddhist rituals. As with all religious sites in Thailand, modest clothing is recommended, and ensure your shoulders and knees are covered to show respect. Admission here is free, which makes it another perfect budget-friendly attraction. For lunch, find one of the restaurants local to the Buddha Temple and indulge in a traditional Thai green curry. Prices for this are about $3. Very cheap. Like all roadside stalls or restaurants, the food at Phuket can be extremely reasonably priced, which makes it perfect for travelers who are sticking to a tight budget. Jumping back on your scooter around a 25-minute journey away from the Buddha is the Chalong viewpoint. This is a popular spot on Phuket's west coast, known for stunning panoramic views of the ocean and surrounding beaches. It's the perfect location to wind down on your 4-day tour of Phuket. Spend the rest of your afternoon strolling around the beautiful streets of this magnificent city before choosing either a local restaurant or another street food market for your final evening meal. Many restaurants offer set menus or daily specials at great value, wrapping up your final evening before heading back home or off for more traveling around Southeast Asia. Hey, thanks for watching, and be sure to click on the video on the screen now to find out how to travel around more cities from around the world.